4 classic TCM formulas to keep handy. Self-Care for the Family, Part 2 of 2 by Luminous Mountain. In Part 1 of this series, I have highlighted 4 important formulas helpful for long-term wellness support. They are time-tested and have been known to provide benefits beyond the normal standard modern supplements. In this clip, 4 more handy TCM formulas will be introduced, but all meant for short-term use, to address acute situations. Being first aid remedies, none of these 4 should be taken long-term, but used only when needed. Yin Qiao San, honeysuckle and fortusita powder, more commonly available as Yin Qiao Jie Tu Wan, is an 18th century formula with 10 herbs, originally to be taken as a powder to induce mild sweating. This formula came about when South China was ravaged by epidemics in the 17th and 18th centuries. Earlier formulas didn't work well until the approach of resolving early-stage wind heat from the lungs was taken. Most of the TCM formulas used in China during the COVID-19 epidemic have their foundation in Yin Qiao San. The chief herbs are honeysuckle flowers, Jingyin Hua, and forsythia fruit shell, Lian Qiao, both being powerful detoxifiers. Even without epidemics, this detoxifying first aid remedy is popular for colds and flus. It is most effective when any of 3 discomforts are detected early: mild fever, mild sore throat, or sudden dislike of wind and cold. Best taken in powder form, crush the pills, dissolve in hot water, then avoid wind and chills to encourage mild sweating. Yin Qiao San is less effective if fever and sore throat have been going on for more than 3 days. When any particular contagious disease is going around, it is good to take Yin Qiao San sporadically, even with the slightest symptoms of skin itchiness, mild cough, or itchy throat. Stop when symptoms disappear. A unique application of Yin Qiao San is sudden skin rashes, especially those that are reddish, a bit painful, and itchy. It will resolve mouth sores, encourage acne to burst, and heal insect bites, especially from mosquitoes. Huoxiang Zhen Qi San, patchouli powder to rectify qi, is a 12th century formula with 11 herbs in powder form, to be sipped hot with boiled fresh ginger. Presently, it is widely available in liquid or tablets. Rectify qi, zhen qi, means correcting the flow of qi. This formula targets 2 major counterflows: vomiting and diarrhea, common issues during traveling, either due to food poisoning or environmental maladjustments. Climate uncertainty or seasonal transitions always give rise to qi counterflows, as the body-mind is confused and thrown off, more so if the stomach is weak. Huoxiang San removes phlegm and strengthens the stomach. The chief herbs is patchouli, huoxiang, an aromatic warming herb with drying effects. Hermits love to bring patchouli with them into the mountains, to burn as incense to prevent nausea, refresh the surroundings, and correct qi. This warming yet mild formula is suitable for babies and pregnant mothers, especially if their stomach discomforts like nausea, appetite loss, or vomiting. Kids drenched in rain can take it too, to prevent catching cold. Those with food sensitivities will find this formula helpful when the unsuitable item like milk is accidentally consumed. Huoxiang San helps to clear and break down the invading food from the distressed stomach. Huanglian Shangqing Wan, Coptis pill to clear the upper, is a modern formula created in the 1960s, a time when TCM was to be integrated with Western medicine, to serve the Chinese rural population. When the rural Chinese of mid-20th century mistrust and refused Western antibiotics, these TCM pills were given to clear away toxins. Consisting of 15 herbs, the very bitter coptis root Huanglian is the chief herb. The formula's name, Shangqing, clear the upper, means clear the upper body of excess fire, thus helpful for any reddish conditions of the head and upper chest, red painful eyes, sore throat, nosebleed, and mouth ulcers. When after long sun exposure there's headache, shortness of breath, or fast heartbeat, this formula gives relief. It brings the excess fire downward, discharging it when one starts to defecate more frequently. The strategy to discharge upper body heat by frequent defecation is a common and clever one. This prevents the misuse of this formula. Almost everyone will stop taking when there's diarrhea 2 to 3 times daily. Useful also for irritability due to lack of sleep, flush red face, or sudden spike of blood pressure. But keep in mind that this is a first aid remedy for temporary relief, not meant to treat insomnia or high blood pressure. It is interesting to note that this formula has all 5 of the widely used cooling yellow herbs, Wu Huang Lao, the other 4 being skullcap root Huangqing, philodendron bark Huang Pe, rhubarb root Da Huang, and gardenia fruit Qi Zi. Throughout the centuries, a few physicians were named Master 5 Yellow, Wu Huang Lao, due to their mastery and frequent use of these 5 herbs. Actually, the 6th yellow is equally important, the bitter gentian root, Long Tan Cao. Long Tan Xie Gan Wan, gentian peel to drain the liver, is a 17th century formula with 10 herbs. The shape of this chief herb, gentian root, looks like a gallbladder, hence named dragon's gallbladder, Long Tan. While the above Huanglian coptis peel discharges heat via defecation, gentian peel does it through urination. It becomes easy to choose which to use. If there's constipation, don't hesitate to use Huanglian coptis peel. Gentian peel relieves damp heat, qi, in the lower body, like sudden painful urination, brownish, bubbly or cloudy urine, itchy and or red spots on the genitals, and frequent yellow vaginal discharge. This formula helps with upper body problems too, like red itchy eyes, sudden ringing in the ears, painful ears, heat-induced headache, yellow allergic nasal discharges, and red rashes on the face or head. Gentian peel targets the TCM liver-gallbladder pair. A simple way to tell if the liver-gallbladder is off is to palpate the liver area under the right side ribcage. If there's pain or soreness, the liver-gallbladder needs attention. Generally, this right-sided sore pain will give rise to various digestive problems like bloating, frequent gastric attacks, indigestion, and sensitivity to oily or spicy foods. This call for the bitter gentian peel to drain the liver. It is my fervent wish that you embrace and actively apply what you've just learned. Use them intelligently for your loved ones. There is a great need for this knowledge in these challenging post-COVID times. Zhuangzi said, train to subtly refine your intentions. Don't listen with the ear, but rather listen with the heart. Don't listen with the heart, but rather listen with the all-pervading Qi. If you have gained value from this work, always give others the opportunity to reap this value too. Sharing is caring, and caring brings fortune.